business. So, Hunter, I'm going to let you kind of roll from here.
That sounds great, Ryan. I appreciate it. Ryan, do you want to click record so I'll have access to this for afterwards? Or if I could. There it is. Well, first off, thank y'all so much for the opportunity. Like Ryan said, we love some in-person training. So I'm actually in Colorado right now. We're staying at an Airbnb up in Westminster, but completely forgot that it was spring break and everybody traveling and kids off of school and whatnot. I live in Austin, Texas, but come here frequently. So I was telling Ryan prior to the call, we're looking at another trip in May. So hopefully we can get something on the books to do an in-person training, bring some lunch, things like that. So we have been really been doing this since late of 2024, but always want to encourage additional training opportunities. The fact that this is an automated system, it does get kind of put back in the on the back burner. Things get busy, whatnot. So we want to make sure that y'all are up to speed on everything regarding Simplify with JPAR and Live Easy in general. So what we're going to do today is really cover the foundation of what this is, right? What is it? But more importantly, the value that it could bring to your book of business. We're going to look at the home management dashboard. We're going to look at the bread and butter of the concierge, how the process works, what we need in order for us to be able to process the transactions, et cetera, et cetera. And finally, resources and tools that you can need to be successful, whether that is a dedicated CSM. You actually have two of them. It's myself and then Kayla Sewer. She's our senior customer success manager. We tag team all of the JPAR corporate and all of the franchises. Marketing collateral that we have sent over to JPAR corporate, whom they have branded for y'all to be able to use, whether that's talking points, social media posts, presentation pages, listing flyers, whatever that looks like, whatever y'all need to be successful, we are here to make that happen. Finally, with a small group like this, there's no need for us to ask for questions at the end, right? If you have a question about something, need clarity on anything, please just stop me. I'll be able to answer that. So that being said, we're gonna show what is Simplify with JPAR, right? It's the country's first full service client engagement and home management platform. It is meant for everybody that lives in a home, whether they are currently just living as a homeowner, they're wanting to buy an additional property, they're wanting to sell that current home, and even renters as well. Renters is a great opportunity for y'all because of the fact that they are going to one day buy their first home. And we want you to be that first person that they call when that time does come. It is meant to keep you top of mind and build those relationships. It's not just you getting them to that finish line and then you're off to another transaction because you're a 1099 contractor, right? It's building that relationship, getting that repeat, and getting that referral business for the lifeline of that particular client and everybody in your sphere of influence. More importantly, we want to show the value, but first we want to do is show how this works. For the complete end-to-end moving and home management solution, most of the time is going to start during that real estate transaction. And we'll talk about what we need for that to be able to process that transaction. But more importantly, we're going to be able to get them in touch with everybody in a lender, a title company, a home warranty, a home insurance. As it gets closer to that closing, all those things that have to happen for that successful, transition to home ownership, getting those utilities turned on, getting moving quotes, getting internet and cable, home security, solar if they want to do so. You now have a concierge service that's going to be working on your behalf. You don't have to go and make sure that they get all these things done. You don't have to go and make sure that they're getting all these quotes. You have this concierge service that's going to provide a white glove experience, a great experience for all of your clients, so you can focus on everything else to make sure that transaction gets to that closing finish line. Once the closing does happen, they're going to automatically get invited to the home management platform. Simultaneously, there'll be a client follow-up program that'll be initiated upon that invitation. We'll talk about what that looks like here in a little bit, but it's again keeping you top of mind, front and center with your sphere of influence after that closing has happened. Some of the key features of the home management platform include home services, energy savings, affordability calculators. Your brokerage has added preferred vendors. We also have a Thumbtack integration, document storage. The best part about both of these dashboards is it's branded to you. It's your company colors, your headshot, your contact information, again, keeping you top of mind. And there's always a clear call to action when they do need a real estate agent again, whether they are wanting to sell that home, buy that additional property or have a referral, there's a clear submission form that will email you notifying them that they need a real estate agent again. So the process continues, but again, you are front and center with them no matter where clients fall on this journey. All right. So one of the biggest things that we are seeing is that people are staying in their homes longer. Once was what, 5 to 7, is now looking at 7 to 10 years. Whatever that scenario looks like, it's not wanting to have to pack up the house again, not wanting to get rid of that low interest rate they got during COVID, not wanting to have their kids to start at high school and they don't want to have to make new friends and start out a new school. Whatever that is, the reality of our world is that they are staying in their home longer. So that gap between completing that real estate transaction and them needing a real estate an agent again is widening. So this is a great opportunity for you to stay in flow with them during that time. Another reason is that y'all wear many hats as 1099 independent contractors. Y'all are ensuring that your book of business is filled. You're doing marketing, you're doing open houses, you're doing continuing education, training opportunities. You're making sure that that everything is taken care of during that transaction. You're probably doing multiple transactions at one time. You probably have your own family and you want to go to your kid's soccer game. You want to go to your kid's or your kids ballet recital, whatever that is. You wear a lot of hats. There's not enough time in the day. Having a concierge service that's going to be able to help your clients get that great experience and get everything taken care of while maintaining that professionalism and that white glove service is crucial to the success of your business, right? So you can focus on all those other things and still have peace of mind knowing that your clients are getting taken care of. We talked about a client follow-up program. This is a monthly and quarterly email drip campaign, bringing them back to your agent site. So each one of you has your own unique URL dashboard. They can go in, sign up, and go to your branded site, right? So some of the key features, we just sent out a spring one yesterday to clients, and it talks about spring cleaning tips, right? Make sure to check your HVAC after the winter, ways you can declutter, small projects that you can increase the value of your home, right? There's a discount on Sunday fertilizer. We all think about all the lawns that are needing some work after the winter. Whatever that is, again, always a clear call to action branded to you, the agent, bringing them back to your agent site. I see a question. Let me make sure that's a question. Oh, no, sorry. Another great one is we have exclusive deals and discounts, just like that Sunday fertilizer. These are exclusive to LiveEasy users. So you're the rock star, providing them this great opportunity to save money, get exclusive deals that they otherwise would not get should they go directly to that consumer. We have partnerships that are built with Home Depot, with ButcherBox, with Chewy, a lot of these things, and we'll talk about more of these exclusive deals. But again, you're providing them savings value, time savings that are exclusive to you by utilizing Simplify with JPAR. One of the most important ones, I believe, and the fact that a few months ago, you remember the whole NAR lawsuit and having to get the buyer's rep agreement signed, right? It is becoming more crucial to differentiate yourself from competition. What I mean by that is even at the manager side, right? When people are coming into the industry and they're trying to figure out what brokerage to hang their license with, use this towards your advantage. Not everybody has access to LiveEasy. If I'm an independent agent, I can't just go and sign up for LiveEasy at this time. So when you're in those listing presentations, when you're trying to win that buyer's rep agreement, use this towards your advantage and differentiate yourself from the competition. All right. And keep in mind that this is a completely complimentary service. A lot of people do ask that, and I forgot to say that, but there is no fee to you. There's no fee to your clients. They have access to this concierge service for the entirety of their home ownership journey. How we make money, because that's usually the next question, is we are authorized dealers for a lot of these companies that we partner with, right? So if we were to get them Verizon internet and cable, whatever that looks like, we would get a commission off that. So we're authorized dealers with ADT, Vivint, all of these different partnerships. So that's how we're able to make our money. But again, there is no fee. This is a completely complimentary service for everybody involved. There it is. All right, so Home Management Platform. So, a lot of people think that this is just for past clients, that this is all that people that they have recently completed a transaction with. It is not. You can invite family, friends, neighbors, your old coworkers, your kid's soccer coach, your kid's school teacher, your dentist, your veterinarian, your CPA, everybody that lives in a home can provide value to this. You send them an invitation to this, they sign up underneath your umbrella, and now they are underneath you and remember you as a real estate agent. We have an opportunity to upload your sphere of influence. So we export that list from your CRM, right? We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But we've had people that have done 500. We had someone, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It wasn't a JPAR account, but they invited 75,000 people to the dashboard. And if you think about that, if you hit 1% of that, I mean, that's still a lot of people that may not remember you as a real estate agent or may not even know you are a real estate agent or haven't talked to you in a while, right? It's a great opportunity for you to reconnect and reintroduce yourself and be in front of everybody in your network. Excuse me. Some of the key features of the home management platform is one of the biggest ones is you're providing a blueprint for building wealth. You're not just selling somebody a home. You're not just giving them a roof over their head, right? They're looking to make this an investment. It's their biggest investment of their life. So when they're thinking about these things, we bought a house September of 2024. We did a new build, and you're always wondering how much equity have we built into it? What's the house valued at, right? So we are partnered with Black Knight and Estated and Zillow through there that provides them home valuation estimates. But if you see in the bottom left, there's always that CDA back to you because we want you to be that person that gives them that concise and accurate details, right? Because Black Knight may not know that they recently did a kitchen renovation or they put in a pool or they added a bathroom, whatever that case looks like. But you're going to be that real estate expert providing them that accurate details. It's again, it's kind of a stepping stone back to you. Timely alerts for rate drops, property tax increases, things like that. It's starting to build these questions that they're asking, but no more of them going to Google and getting bombarded by a Redfin agent or whatever that looks like. We now want them to come to your branded site to see all of their home insights. All right. We additionally have affordability calculators, right? If I want to add another $100 to my monthly payment, if I want to do a one lump sum, if I want to see if I qualify for a HELOC or look at refinancing options, again, all of these are on your branded site. Questions that they're constantly worrying or asking about. How much can I afford if I sell this home and buy my dream home? If I want to finally buy that investment property that I've always wanted to, what do those numbers look like? It breaks it down all the way down to the HOA fee, so they can truly have better insights to see what they can truly afford. Again, always bringing them back to you, reminding them as the agent should they have any questions or want to move forward with any of those particular insights. Another great one is the annual savings review. This is an opportunity. We think about our health insurance. When we go and renew, we're going to shop around and see different rates. Same thing, right? If their home insurance is increasing, if their home warranty is about to expire, if their internet cable is going to be increasing, they can schedule a call with the concierge and look at these different things, see if I actually need more bandwidth because we have another kid that's big in the video games now, so we need a little bit more internet. My home insurance is increasing, right? I want to actually look at a better rate, whatever that looks like. Again, provides them a way for them to see other opportunities that they can save money. And two, we encourage y'all to do this. The only thing we do ask is to invite yourself to the dashboard, but to use your personal email, use a spouse email, because the system may not know which dashboard to go to if you're using your work email. So just be mindful of that. But it's a great opportunity for you to learn more about the platform. So when you are talking to it with your clients, you're more knowledgeable in that. But also you too can do the yearly savings review and get some money saved and get some of those exclusive discounts as well. So we always encourage y'all to sign up for yourselves as a homeowner and get a better grasp of the platform as well. All right, so we have worked with Ryan and we have built a preferred vendor network. All of y'all should have access to those. But if you do have any sort of um, vendors or categories that y'all don't have partnerships with, we do have the Thumbtack integration, and we do value local vetted professionals. It is based on the property address, so it'll be again local. I'm assuming like if there's one in Denver and there's a vendor in Aspen, whatever that is, that wouldn't make sense because of the time difference, right? Regardless, they're not going to Google, they're not going to anybody else to find anything. They have all the answers on your branded site for anything that they may need for home related. There's another really cool one. There's an impact on valuation. So if I want to put in a pool, if I want to put in a new garage door, a new front door, what's that expenses look like? But more importantly, am I going to see the ROI? Is it a good return on my investment? So it's a good indicator of that, and then they can be connected to home vendors as well. All right, so exclusive deals. Again, we talked about this briefly, but Home Depot, Sam's Club, Butcher Box, Chewy, wine subscription boxes, all these things, they do rotate and they are seasonal. During the Christmas time, we were really big on Ring cameras, home security, and then right now we were doing the Sunday fertilizer, Home Depot, more outdoor things, right? Getting ready for the spring and the summer. We have some really good security deals going on right now. I think it's like $1,900 for on a free equipment. We actually have a home security team within the concierge that have more expertise and knowledge and insights of if your clients are talking about getting a home security system, whether that's because they're going to be traveling a lot, they want to protect their valuables, protect their home, protect their kids, whatnot. I encourage them to schedule a call with the concierge to see whether what system works best for them. All right, so no more wondering, no more guessing. I said this at the beginning on the journey part, but there's always that clear call back to you. Should they want to do something with their current home, they will let you know. It'll say what they want to do with it, whether they're going to sell it or they're going to rent it out, where they're moving to. They click submit, and you, the agent, will get an email notification that they have inquired for your services. This is a great referral opportunity, right? So if they are moving to Texas, or they're moving to Utah, now you have that opportunity to gain that referral business and refer them to another JPAR franchise, right? But the best part about this is you will get notified that they are inquiring about your services. All right, so years ago, we were actually known as Move Easy. You probably have seen there's a difference, like our emails still say Move Easy, but we rebranded about 2 years ago to Live Easy because we really wanted to maximize the life after closing, right? How this company got started was because our CEO and founder, Vin, wanted to provide a great experience during that real estate transaction. But as the years went by, people thought that we were just utilities or that we were just on the moving side or that we were actually a moving company. So they rebranded to really bring in that circle and that journey together. But we don't want to forget how this, the bread and butter of this company, how it got started, right? And that's the moving concierge. So what we're going to talk about next is what that process looks like, what we need in order for us to be able to process that transaction, what that communication looks like, that cadence, and things like that. So this is a great opportunity for y'all to really to pay attention on, and because this is really what it's going to take to make this as successful as possible. I'm not a big transition guy, so I like to just push them through. How this gets started, it's all through dotloop. And Ryan, I know we'll discuss offline. I know some of y'all may be using CTME, but we'll talk about how that works. But for the most part, how we're doing this is through an SFTP file. So JPAR Corporate, we work with Scott very intimately on a weekly basis. And what he does is he consolidates all of the franchises and brings all of the transactions into one file and sends it our way. What we need from y'all is ensuring that the client's full name, email address, phone number, and closing date are in dotloop or CTME correctly and accurately. The trigger for that invitation is going to be that under contract status, transaction status. So once it is fully under contract, we will be able to get that data and process it. You will get an email first because of the fact that we want to provide you that opportunity to disable it should you need to, right? It'll be a congratulatory saying, hey, congrats on the transaction with Hunter. We're going to be letting you know, we're going to be reaching out to the client, but first we want to provide this disable invite should you need to. If it's a land sale, it's a commercial deal, an investment property, right? There's some rare occasions where this service would not make sense for your particular client. We do want to give you that ability to disable that. So if you disable the invite within that 24 to 48 hours, your client will not receive the first email. It's not an approval process, so if you simply ignore the email, delete it, 24 to 48 hours later, your client is going to get the email. So there's two homework assignments, I guess you said on here. So one is just ensuring that all of your client's contact information is in there, and make sure that the transaction status goes from active to under contract or pending. And then the other one is just to tell your clients about it, right? When you get this email, let your clients know, hey, in the next couple of days, you're going to be Simplify with JPAR is going to be reaching out to you. You're going to be getting an email. Make sure they receive it. Make sure they know about it. Make sure they connect all the dots and they understand the value of it, right? They're way more inclined to accept the offer when they know that it's a legitimate service, right? All right, so this is what the client will see whenever they get it, right? It's going to be branded to you. It's going to be your company colors, your headshot, your contact information, letting them know some of the things that they should be doing next. One is going to be, making sure that they get in touch with their lender, they get home insurance secure, but more importantly, it's the call to action to the concierge. There's going to be two of them. One is going to be more of a DIY where they can create an account, get started now, and kind of browse all the features on the dashboard on their own, or they can go through Calendly and schedule a call with their concierge right there. Obviously, the easiest one is going to be scheduling a call, a 30-minute call, get everything knocked out in one time. But we do want to give them that option regardless. All right, so how this works. So we talked about numbers 1 through 3. One is, that the transaction is under contract. 2, you're going to get the agent email first. 3, your client is going to get that first invitation, and then next is the concierge will be beginning to outreach to your clients, and they do that via phone call, text message, and email address. So that's why we say that ensuring that the client's full name, email address, and phone number are in the system correctly, because those are the ways we're trying to reach your clients, right? If we don't have a valid phone number, we've seen not JPAR, but we've seen in other ones where they put all zeros or all ones just to satisfy that required field in their TMS. Whatever that is, understanding the value of why we would want a phone number, because we see the most success in scheduling appointments, phone call and text message, right? People are on the run. They don't check their emails. It may go into spam, whatever that is. We see the most success in phone calls and text messages. So ensuring that the client's phone number is in there will go a long way in being able to schedule a call with the concierge. And obviously, once that happens, the concierge will have that appointment where they'll be able to do everything like utilities, get movers set up, internet cable, home security, all of those things during that time. All right, again, on a big transition guide, there we go. So we talked about how the concierge will be reaching out to clients. Now, how often, right? This is based on a 30-day closing. We talked about you, the agent email, get that. And then the first week, will look something like this, right? 2 emails, 2 phone calls, and 4 text messages. The second week will be 2 emails, 1 phone call. The third week will be 3 emails, 1 phone call, and the fourth week will be 2 emails, 1 phone call. This is all based on response rate. So if your client doesn't respond to anything, there's nothing after all of these 4 weeks of outreaches, they'll get one final email saying, "Hey, congrats on the house. We have been unable to reach you. We will no longer be contacting you, but we're here if you need us," right? On the flip side, if they schedule an appointment or they get helped on week 1, then the cadence will stop there. If they go through week 1 with no response, and then week 2 they say, "Do not contact me," stop, whatever that looks like, the cadence will stop there. Should they schedule an appointment and get and actually have that appointment, you, the agent, will get a summary email. You'll get CC'd on it with the client, notifying you of all the things that happen, right? These are the movers. They're going to be scheduled for this day. They got internet cable, et cetera, et cetera. I would encourage you to, once you get that email, give them a call, right? Make sure that everything was taken care of. If they need anything else, it's just connecting you, creating that client loyalty between you and your clients as well. So again, it's all based on response rate. If they say no, or if you have a client that needs to be removed from the cadence, just let Ryan know, and he can reach out to me, or reach out to me directly, and I will put that into for our form. But one of the things that we just wanted to provide you is just more transparency on how that looks, right? And the biggest part about this is making sure that they know about this service and the legitimacy of it, right? How many times do we get spam phone calls and text messages and things like that? We can't decipher what is real, what's not. So the more that they hear about Live Easy and Simplify with JPAR, and they know that this is a great service, and it can be beneficial to them, the more inclined that they will to accept that phone call or that text message. And then the client follow program, again, it's just once a month emails, and then there's a quarterly newsletter that goes out to them. But again, those are just emails, always bringing them back to your branded site. All right. So how does Live Easy support you? So these were the marketing cloud. Again, we have talk tracks. Why? You're probably wondering, how do I talk to my clients about this? We provide you scripting on that. At the manager level, if you want to put some in your onboarding packet, if you want to put one in your listing presentation, your buyer's presentation, print some out and put them around the office, print some out and put some around your open houses, whatever that is. Again, the more times they see it and they connect all the dots that these are all the same service and that this is, the more inclined that they again will be using this. If you need any help with um, account issues, right? I can't log in. I'm getting an error code. You can use help at moveeasy.com. That is our support team. I'm Hunter at moveeasy.com. And then we also have a resource and support center. That is support.liveeasy.com. Same company again. They're not sister companies. We just, for some reason, our emails are the last things to be moved over to Live Easy, but gives you some great marketing tools, some hype videos, how-to videos, how to access your dashboard, how to log in, how to add your vendor, or not add your vendors, how to add your sphere of influence, things like that. But again, use me as a reference too. We want this to be as successful as possible. So if you come across anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And then I think you can go through, y'all have a JPAR content, I think it's through HubSpot. And y'all can click there and have access to all of these different things. I think there's a really cool FAQ that provides more insight to that as well. But then finally, what you can start to do today, right? I think small wins will really start to add up. So what you'll first want to do is just confirm your profile. And what I'll do is I'll resend all of your agent logins. Go ahead and favorite it, bookmark it, whatever you need so you have access to it. Make sure that your headshot is up to date. Make sure your contact information, all that is in there. We have we started with Modern first, and we're working with all the other franchises. We have added all of the secondary emails. So emails should be good in there. So where this came from is when we were getting your transactions from the SFTP file, they weren't matching to the jpar.net email that we were getting from our system. So we weren't able to associate that. So now we have fixed that. So we should be good to go. Don't disregard number 2, because that is Ryan has already accomplished that. Number 3 is a big one. Invite your sphere, right? Export that list from your CRM, get that wedding list going, your phone list, whatever that is. And don't be scared. It doesn't matter how many people you have on it. This is a great way for you to reconnect with everybody. Send it to me. Send it to help@moveeasy.com. Let us do the heavy lifting for you, and let's see those leads start to really come in. And then finally, user URL. Again, each one has a unique URL. Put it in your signature. Put it on your website. Turn it into a QR code. Put it on your social media, your closing gifts, your holiday cards, your birthday cards, whatever that is. Anywhere that touches your sphere, they can go to that website, they can scan that QR code and invite themselves underneath your umbrella, and then bringing them underneath you. Great opportunity again for you to really cast that net and build your book of business. All right, so that is the end of my presentation. Again, help@moveeasy.com. I'm Hunter at moveeasy.com. Thank you all again for the opportunity. I know it's spring break and everything. Everybody's traveling, so I appreciate the time today. And Ryan, thank you for coordinating this, and look forward to answering any questions y'all may have, and resending y'all the dashboards, and really seeing this start rocking and rolling.
Yeah, and then a couple things I want to comment on just locally here in our office. So in the chat, if you guys open up your chat, I put a couple of links in there. Okay, one is just our in One Stop, just kind of the simplify page, has all the resources. Another is our actual resource website for Simplify. That's where you can get a lot of that content that you can use. You can send out. You can use it as part of your presentation, whatever you need to do. And then the last link I sent in there is going to be a Google form to submit the vendors. Now, the way we're handling, well, a couple things. Number one, we should have everything working. And remember, it's real important to monitor your email and see how this flows. Because once you see it, you're going to really understand the process. And try not to opt people out if you don't need to. I mean, the only time that I've opted myself out was if I was like a flip, and obviously I don't need those services. I'm flipping a home. Your investor clients, things like that. Yeah, they're selling a rental. They may not need any of those things. Those might be the opportunity to opt them out of that pre-close, the pre-close stuff. But it doesn't mean that they won't want to have access to the post-close, to their actual platform. That is the coolest thing. Like Hunter said, is send yourself an invite through your own platform. Use everyone's email in our system is your JPAR email, so you should be fine using your Gmail or something to set up your personal account, because your vendor or because your professional account and your personal account are going to look totally different. And I think they've got some updates coming on that back end of stuff too, right?
We do. We are really revamping our agent dashboard right now. It's, to be completely honest, there's no incentive for y'all to come to it, right? It's kind of hard to see. So we're really um, working on. So if y'all want to be, we're actually going to be beta testing it, and we're looking for agents that have either found success with LiveEasy, enjoy the service, but really wanting like a feedback opportunity for that to see what works, what doesn't work. Like we're looking at, we're adding tasks to, again, we want this to be something that you want to use in a daily routine. So let me know if y'all are interested in being part of that beta test. It should be happening in the next couple of weeks, but a good revamping and revitalization of the agent dashboard, again, making it an incentive to want to come back, loyalty program, rewards, things like that. So more to come on what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it's, again, there's the value of this program goes in so many different directions. You mentioned referrals. I mean, you're just going to know so much information about your clients. You're going to know what they're doing. Encourage them to get into that program, because once they are, it's kind of addictive. I mean, I use it. I look at it all the time, and it's kind of addictive. And every time they look in it, they're going to see your smiling face. So that cardinal sin that a lot of agents make of forgetting about their clients after closing, this does take some of the heavy lifting. And like Hunter said, there will be opportunities to reach out and talk to them, just to make sure they're getting those newsletters, the information they send out, those monthly, the quarterly newsletter and the monthly emails. They're really cool. They have good content in it. And so I think LiveEasy has done a really good job of making sure that the client is going to be engaged, but it's up to you to get it started, right? You can't just send them an email without you having a conversation, or you can't just invite them without telling them this invitation's coming. Because like Hunter said, we get so much crap, we ignore a lot of it, right? So be careful there. The last form that I did put in there in the Google Drive, the way we're going to handle the vendor program is going to be a little bit different than a lot. We want all of our agents to really get used to and encourage them to start building those business-to-business relationships, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a profit share with our agents. If you have a vendor, now keep in mind that there are some that we're not going to allow anyone in. That's going to be mortgage, title, insurance, and then what is the other? Is it movers?
Home warranty.
Home warranty, right? Those are good. Those are kind of, we've already got those categories taken care of with our vendor partners. But for everything else, and when you go in there, you're going to see there's hundreds of categories. For everything else, you're going to be able to start recommending people that you like. You're going to submit that form. We're going to reach out to them. We're going to talk about the program. For a minimal fee, they're going to get the exposure to not only your clients. So for those of you like, hey, I'm newer, or my production isn't where I quite needed to, what's the advantage? For you to go out to these vendors and say, hey, not only are you going to be in front of all my clients as a preferred vendor, but you're going to be in front of every one of JPAR Modern Real Estate's agents as a preferred vendor. Because of that, we will cap each category, but they're also location specific. So like for Tim, who's up north and he's in Longmont, and he may want to focus in there. And if no one else is really used in that county, and a lot of our vendors are down in Denver, we're going to be able to open that up more. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Hunter, when the address is in and the people are in, the Thumbtack base the vendors they put in front of them based on that address in that county, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. Yes, sir.
Yep. So we'll be able to cap that. So we'll be able to actually kind of, Springs will have their own Fort Collins. I mean, you do a lot of different things with that. So we want you to really encourage, number one, establish those relationships with B2B. There is a lot of business that comes from businesses. They will refer clients if you're giving them the opportunity to get their name and what they do out there. So it's going to help you kind of get used to those conversations that we just don't normally have as real estate agents, which we should have, because you're all business owners, you're running a business. And just like in our business, we not only make money on transactions, but we monetize our relationships with other business partners. And that we want you to be a part of that too. So we're going to send out more information after this meeting on how that's going to work. You guys have access to the forms. So if you want to start talking to people, what I do recommend is go through the slides, go through the content, make sure you're really comfortable about presenting it. But once you present it, for the minimal fee, these people will jump all over it. Just for the exposure, when you think about the money that they probably spend on marketing, it's going to be a very inexpensive way for them to get that exposure and for you to get a little residual income on a monthly basis. So those are things I really want you all to focus on. Is we want to grow that vendor program. I'd like to be able to turn Thumbtack off on, well, not that we turn it off, but we want to see that we've got predominantly our people on the top of every list when people need a handyman, they need a plumber, HVAC, whatever it is, dog groomer. I mean, again, it can be anything. Hairstylist, doesn't matter.
So like was Ryan saying, let me go back to where did that go? Which slide was that? Okay, so you can see here where it says home studio remodel repair Sam and Son. So whenever they go to the preferred vendors page, all of the preferred vendors will be stickied at the top. So, but hey, I'm over here. It'll say brokers referred, and then Thumbtack will be underneath this. So those are they will always be stickied at the top. Should the county match, and then the category that works for them. So they'll always be stickied for them to be, hey, these are the ones we prefer. But then they also have the Thumbtack integration underneath that.
Where do I log in to see the dashboard?
I don't fill every category, but there's so many categories that'll take a long time.
There is a lot of categories. I think there's a lot of categories.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot, and those vendors that you're working with, they can be in multiple categories. They can pay to be in multiple categories if they want. So that's what's nice. So if you're just a handyman, but you also do basement remodels, that's your big thing. But you also take handyman jobs. You can knock out a couple of those categories, and there will be reductions for multiple categories and things like that. So we're really excited about it. This is replacing our old vendor app, which unfortunately has gone away, not due to anything we did. But Dizzle just closed their company and didn't notify anyone. So there's not really a true vendor app. So this is also where you want to point those clients and where you're going to want to go yourself to see who those preferred vendors are every time you need some. Start there first. Use the people that are loyal to us. And if you have people that you really like, let's get them in there. Let's get them that exposure that they're looking for. Any questions on our stuff as far as or for Hunter or the whole program, or just how we're operating on our end? Any questions?
Where do I open the dashboard?
I'll resend.
Oh, go ahead, Hunter.
Yeah, I'll resend each one of y'all, so you'll get an email,
Okay.
sort of like a set password thing. But it'll typically, and then what I'll do to Ryan too is I can send you the roster through the admin dashboard, and each one of them will have their dashboard URL. So if somebody lost of it, typically, unless you have a common name, typically it's first name dash last name.moviesy.com. But if you have somebody that has the same name, a different realtor, but I'll send you all those, so you'll be on the lookout for the email, and they'll be to your JPart email.
Okay, cool. Because I had a client, so I'm just still getting used to all the tools and services JPAR offers, but I had a client who they got an email from this.
Okay.
And I think they liked it, but I didn't know about it because I wasn't sure truthfully what it was. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. It sounds like a dashboard. And so I just wanted to see where they were in that process, or
Yeah. I'll look at your account. Well, I'll email you separately, and I'll make sure.
How do you feel about using this too for past clients, like how you said, like staying top of mind,
Yes.
past clients on here, because I want to have it automated to where I don't have to think about it. It's uploaded, and then it's just seamless,
Right. Oh yeah. I like I said, I highly encourage you and invite anybody and everybody. All we need is really just the full name and email address. You
Mhm.
invite them, they get into that client follow-up program, and we've seen a lot of people sign up, and it's just it's a great, and again, it's complimentary. I mean, client follow programs and other forms of fashion are expensive.
Yes, exactly.
125 per month per user. This is like another complimentary feature that's just reminding them of it. And again, it doesn't have to be just your past clients. Everybody that lives in a house that you, I mean, that you have not contacted with in a while, or you had a past client a few years and you just haven't spoken to. Great opportunity for them to really reconnect with you as an agent.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you could see my screen here, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is essentially your dashboard. Again, it's going to look different, but you
Yeah.
got movers. Those are the people that are in the process. That's where you're going to put any of your clients in there, or actually they should be uploaded. Now let me ask you something, Hunter. If
Right.
we're excited about it, do they have to wait until that dot loop integration, or can they go and add their movers
So
to
you
their
can manually invite somebody, and what we see a lot of this time for manual invites. So if you click on invite moving client in the top right, and then within that, you'll see if they're a new buyer, new seller, or your sphere of influence. We see this a lot on the listing side because people want access to your preferred vendors, right? Hey, I want to do some renovations prior to us actually putting it on the market, right? Okay, well, I can manually invite them. So we see that a lot on the seller side, but yeah, you can do new buyer, new seller, sphere of influence. Now, the only difference is because you are manually inviting them, we already assume you are doing this on your own. So you won't get that disable invite. So once that gets sent out, they will automatically get that invitation as instead of the 24 to 48 hours prior. And then again, you can upload your sphere. But I always say, and I know I'm not supposed to say it, but utilize customer support. Like utilize me. They can do it a lot quicker. Excuse me. So yeah, export your list. Preferably either a CSV file or an Excel sheet. It's the easiest for them to parse, but utilize support on that end. And again, don't be scared. Like I said, 75,000 people. I don't even know how you know that many people, but the list is quite limitless for them to do that too. So do not be afraid to do that.
Hey Hunter, it's Amrit.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. So, I know you said it's connected to Dotloop.
Correct.
Is it also connected to Bold Trail KV Core?
So Ryan, is that the same thing as what we're talking about, the CTME, or is that something different?
No. Bold Trails are CRM.
CRM.
That's a good question, Amrit. Let me see if I can get
Okay.
with
Right.
corporate and see if they have an API or something, or maybe Hunter can even answer that. Are you able to connect this into CRMs?
Do y'all have the option of choosing? Is Bold Trail like Live Easy where corporate provides it for every franchise, or is it y'all could be using Bold Trail and then another franchise could be using Follow Up Boss?
No, we all use all of
Bold
JPark.
Trail. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Bold Trail
that would be a
KV
good question that I can ask Scott regarding that.
Okay.
Basically, what we would need is an API integration where we can be able to do that, but it would be a much easier way for us to be able to do that. So I can ask Scott regarding a mass Bold Trail
Okay.
integration.
Awesome. Just
But
because, the Bold Trail KV Core is so powerful. So
Right.
yeah, so I thought
Right.
it's
I
connected.
think I do have instructions on how to export your contact list for Bold Trail.
Okay.
A step
Or
by
maybe
step.
Tim would know.
Right.
Tim's the tech guy,
know how
right?
to
Tim?
do that.
Oh yeah. That would be the easiest way. And again, like I said, send them help in
Okay.
movies and we'll but that's a great,
All right.
great point. And
Thank you.
like I said, we do have a weekly call with Scott. So I'll be sure to ask him on our next connect.
Okay, just keep us posted.
Definitely.
Thanks, Tim.
Definitely. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we'll let you know. And again, when you're in here too, you're going to see, guys, when you're uploading your sphere, there's a template already, so you don't have to figure out what to do. Just follow that template, save it as a CSV, and then send it over to Hunter and his team, and they'll get it all taken care of. Today, get your profile set up, get your picture up there, send yourself the invitation, and start looking at it. Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we do have a lot of technology, and I like to see what the consumer side of it looks like, the consumer facing side of it also, because what we look on our side isn't always the same. make yourself the guinea pig, make someone else you know the guinea pig, whatever you want to do, but get really comfortable with it. They're trying to encourage you to get in a lot, but I'll tell you the nice thing about it is you don't have to either. Once you get it set up, it is plug and play. So don't feel like it's going to occupy a lot of your time every day, but it should be a part of when you're scheduling out your marketing and your contact and when you're going to contact people. This should be, for those of you who haven't looked at this or checked it out recently, what a great reason to reach out to people you haven't reached out to. It's always a lot easier when you're offered something of value than just reaching out and saying, hey, just a quick reminder, I'm a real estate agent. Are you buying or selling? This has nothing to do with them immediately buying or selling. It's, hey, here's some value for yourself. Check it out. It's free to you. Use it for all you want. And people do like it. We love it.
Hey, Ryan, speaking of Bold Trail, how do I reset my password? Because it says my username is not found, or my email. Sorry.
Carlos, we'll talk after.
Yeah, let me look real quick, but we'll take this off. I'll give you a call afterwards. But a lot of times, Bold Trail, if you don't log in every 90 days, it does inactivate your account. So usually it's just us activating it. So I'll let you know on that one, Carlos.
Thank you.
And then one final thing I'll say, a lot of times people think that this is supposed to replace all of those things that you do, especially if you're a seasoned agent. Hey, I do call them every few months. I do holiday cards. I do closing gifts. I do newsletters, whatever that looks like. This is just another tool to increase that stickiness with your clients. So don't think that this is supposed to replace everything that you're already doing and find success in. This is just another ammo in your tool chest. So I always like to end on that. And again, thank y'all for the time here Ryan knows how to get in touch with me, my direct line, emails. If you come across anything, if you rewatch the presentation and a question pops up that we didn't talk about, feel free to give me a call, whatever y'all need, and I'll be happy to help.
And Hunter, Samrat again, you said you'll be sending the email with the link again?
That's correct. Yeah. So I'll send, I have a thing in our backend where I can send, and it'll be a password reset link to go to your
set it up.
Correct. Okay. That's correct.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank y'all.
Okay, one other question, Hunter.
Sure.
If I put a QR code up and people then decide to sign up to LiveEasy,
right?
Is there a way of me exporting that information so that I can get it into Bold Trail, or is this going to be part of your chat with Scott? So there's kind of systems integration.
Right. Yeah, that will be something I'll need to talk with Scott with to see that integration. But if you take your unique URL and turn it into that QR code, they will be able to invite, but you won't at this time. You won't see that happened in Bold Trail. If that
okay, yeah, no, it's literally just I'm just thinking of the flow.
The flow, right, right. No, that would be awesome to be able to see everything, because we don't want. That was one of the questions when we were talking about the revamp of this dashboard. We don't want it to be y'all CRM, but that would be amazing to be able to connect all those and flow into one consolidated platform. But yeah, more to come on that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Hunter. Guys, feel free to reach out to me. I played with a lot. I understand it too, so feel free if you've got questions. It's all pretty easy and straightforward. And hopefully you guys enjoy this presentation and use it. That's what these tools are for. They help you to grow business. And we like the client interaction tools that really don't have to do with the transaction, because that's what keeps you front of mind when you're not, engaged with them at that moment. So take advantage of those for sure. But everyone, thanks for joining us again, Hunter.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Hunter.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thank
Bye.
you.